Hope and awe fill the air.
Two of the best teams in the NHL. This is going to be a great series.
Breathe. Listen. React.
Vegas about a chance. This place is on its feet.
They do a good job cheering the team on, but we don't care.
And Nature's all around, and he scores.
Playoffs for me is completely game to game. We're going to have to elevate.
One team will come closer to the dream.
Hello, everybody, and welcome inside the Twitch TV studios. My name is Colin Spence. I am joined alongside Bob Sutherland. And Bob, our Toronto Maple Leafs are in a hockey game today. They are in one. They're down 3-1 to the New York Rangers in this series. Bob, how do the Leafs come out with a W here tonight?
Well, it's pretty simple, Colin. The Toronto Maple Leafs and the New York Rangers, two original six franchises going at it, back and forth. This has been a battle of a series. The Leafs come in, win a big one. Rangers go into Toronto, win a big one. This has been a back and forth battle all series long, and I'm really excited to see how it comes out. But the Toronto Maple Leafs really need to get physical. They're getting tossed around like pigeons out there compared to the New York Rangers, and that is what's winning the Rangers hockey games. They're not finding a way to the net as best as they were in games 1 and 2. Now it's time to lock in. Now it's time for Matthews, Nylander, Matthew Nice to take over, take control, and win a hockey game.
You're completely right about that, Bob. And on the other side for the Rangers, they're up 3-1 in the series. They have some comfort to give up a game. But, I mean, if the Leafs win tonight, they're right back in the series.
Yeah, they are. You want to close it out. You're on home ice in Game 5. This is the time to close it out because I'm telling you right now, if the Leafs win, that's all the momentum to Toronto. And then they're going home for Game 6, and that pushes Game 7. We've seen this many times before in the playoffs. Win when you can. It is the hardest thing to end a team season, but end it when you can.
Alrighty, Bob. I mean, that is some of the best advice I think anyone has ever heard. Alrighty, the pre-game picks brought to you by Ram. Guts, Glory, Ram. Bob, who do you have winning the hockey game tonight? I know we're Leaf fans here. Everyone knows we're Leaf fans. Who do you have winning the hockey game tonight?
Listen, Colin, I love you like a brother or a son, but I gotta go New York here. I think New York wins this hockey game. I think it goes to overtime. I think it's heartbreak in the 6. I think it's 3-2 Rangers, but let's see. I'm gonna go Adam Fox, slap shot from the point, OT winner.
I can't do it with you, man. I can't do it with you, Bobby. I'm gonna go Leafs 4-2 victory. Nylander has a massive game for the Buds in blue. That's it. That's all. As we head down to New York, where the opening puck drop for the Maple Leafs and the the New York Rangers is set to go. Enjoy the game, everyone. We will see you down at ice level at MSG. everybody, welcome to MSG, Madison Square Garden, where Austin Matthews and Vincent Trocheck line up for puck drop, and we are underway here in game number 5. The Rangers are at home to take on the Maple Leafs, and they have a 3-1 series lead. Here comes Nylander, works his way in. The first shot brought to you by Tim Hortons, the Smile Cookie. Every bite makes an impact. Miller has the puck now for the Rangers. Plays it up over to Trocheck. He's in behind the Toronto D, and a good save there by Joseph Wall. Good start for New York. Nylander has the puck for the Maple Leafs. Starting goaltenders here tonight in Game 5, brought to you by Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut, as that is offside at the Ranger blue line. Igor Shesterkin, the starting goaltender for the Rangers. And at the other end, it is Joseph Wall for the Maple Leafs. Yakamaki lost it there to Borgen, and now he's in. Here's Will Borgen shooting, slided into Wall, and the puck got loose out in front. Joseph Wall has it, and now he'll cover it up for the Maple Leafs. Time to bring in our good old friend Bobby. Bobbo, what do you got for us here tonight?
Well, the Leafs look nervous. I'll tell you that right now. They look a little bit nervous. Their season is on the line. And it's hard to have your season on the line at any point in the series, but to have it on the line in one of the most famous arenas in the NHL, that's a tough one.
Gabe Perreault has the puck for New York. Another big hit on him. Stick goes flying. Great work there by Tavares. They've been pounding away at Gabe, as he's been one of the Rangers' more dynamic offensive players here in the series. Yakamaki plays up over to Cooley. Turned aside there by Matthias Maccelli, who comes in. A good blocker stop there by Shesterkin. Maccelli's been very good so far here in the first 4 games of this series, as the Toronto Maple Leafs look to try to extend the series and head back to Toronto 3-2. Here's Robertson now, a little backhand shot. Swatted away there by Shesterkin. Borgen has it, plays it up over to Zibanejad, and he's in over the Toronto blue line. Fires a shot, it's offside with 12:44 to go in the period. Face-off won there by New York. They've had the edge of the face-off dot so far here in the first couple of minutes. Laba, the rookie, skates in, a drop pass, here's a shot in it. Went off his skate wide. McCabe plays it up over to Nick Robertson. Ditches one over to Stetcher, fires a shot. Easy save there by Shesterkin, and he'll hold on with 11:27 to go. Face-off one there, and Fox now has the puck. That's Bob's pick for the OT winner today. Here in Game 5 of this Stanley Cup playoffs first round series. Enstrom works his way in. Big hit there by McCabe. Matthews on the puck, finds Stetcher now. Stetcher in the middle of the knives, holds the puck, fires a shot. Saved there by Shesterkin. Nylander, Stetcher, Matthews holds, feeds it back to Willie. Willie to Stetcher. Good possession here by the Leafs. Willie shoots off of a shin pad. McCabe back to Stetcher. He holds it. Finds Nyes across the Nylander. And a good save there by Shesterkin.
Really good work there by Toronto. Good signs there for the Maple Leafs.
Here's Nyes trying to go 1-on-3. Snyder will play it up over along the ice to Lafreniere. Here's a 2-on-1. Lafreniere, red pay, and a good play there by McCabe to intercept the pass. Here's Stetcher. Holds up, waits, finds an angle, and a good blocker stop there by Shesterkin. Bob, you said that the Leafs need to come out and they need to get pucks to the net. That's what they're doing here so far. Another shot swatted aside there by Shesterkin. Nyes and Nylander stayed out for an extra little run of that shift. And now here's a chance for Robertson on the back check. Great work there by the Leafs. Stetcher to Steven Lorentz. Works it in for Toronto. Nice move on the blue line. Here's a shot. Scores! Steven Lorentz opens up the scoring in Game 5.
It's his first of the postseason. Great work by Toronto to get traffic in front of the net. This is a great move by Lawrence and an absolute bomb with multiple bodies in front of the net. Great work by Morgan Riley to get there. And this is a bullet by Steven Lawrence. Gives the Leafs the opening lead.
So Toronto has stunned the New York crowd here at MSG. Shuts it 9-2 in favor of Toronto. And Bob, you mentioned in the pregame show, it is one of the hardest things to do in professional sports to close out a series and end a team season. Here's a quick turnover by the Rangers, but they get the puck back. Plays it up over to JT Miller, who doesn't want to go down without a fight. Here he is, it now a shot, scores! JT Miller's second goal of the playoffs, and the Rangers have tied it at 1.
Well, this is one where the Leafs defense gets put into question. A stick check by Morgan Riley, not good enough. If you're Toronto, you cannot just do a stick check there. You need to try to find a way to get man on body, and for Joseph Wall, that's a tough one. That's a tough look for Joey Wall. 9-3 in favor of the shots now, 1-1.
So don't go anywhere, Rangers fans. Here comes Gabe Perreault back again with a shot. Stopped there by Joseph Wall. This series has been highly back and forth throughout the first 4 games of the series. And now here's Robertson. Plays it back to Zibanejad. Turned over there by Wall. So just when you think the Leafs have the lead, the Rangers come back and tie it. Here's John Tavares now in. Fires a shot. Blocker save. Tavares. Good battle down low. Johnny T gets it down low to Machelli. This has been the best line of the Leafs team here in this playoff series. Brandon Carlo loses the puck at the point. And now Cooley will dump it down the ice. We're down to the final minute of play. Brought to you by Acura. Precision crafted performance. Here's Easton Cowan now in for the Leafs. The youngster fires a shot. Blocker saves Shesterkin. Vakamaki to Tanev. Down low to Cowan. Sharp angle shot hit the side of the net. And that will do it for the first period of play. The Maple Leafs and the Rangers tied at 1. Game 5 as we prevail here.
And Mikheyev missing on his first attempt. And here's Jason Spezza. They're not counting the goals on the score sheet as Spezza shoots wide.
Jason Spezza just stalls there, tries to open up something, clears it, but unable to convert. You see that little quick stop, and Dell follows him all the way. Dell feeling good now.
Here's Nick Robertson. His speed, and he couldn't control the puck as he tried to get the forehand in tight.
There is the speed that you were talking about, Joe, and he comes down and just kind of loses the puck. Thought he might shoot there. Would have seen the Robertson shot that everyone is talking about.
Here's Morgan Riley. You know, he's taken one shot in the shootout, getting score in his career. I think he shows you maybe be one of the people that could be in the shootout conversation. This is Hyman, and a blocker save made by Anderson.
The blocker side as Riley went that way, and Hyman tried it as well, but couldn't convert. Hyman sees that it's open, but unable to get it above that blocker.
Here's Austin Matthews with his second effort of the game. And Dell with a good blocking save there to go across the hole. And that will do it.
Jason Spezza to take the shot. Winnipeg's 2-1 in shootouts. Toronto's 1-2. And here comes Jason Spezza on Connor Hellebuck to get this shootout underway.
And Spezza is 2 for 2 this year. And he comes in, he stops up a little bit to change his timing. Look at the reaction to Hellebuck. Went down quickly, and Spezza able to find the 5-hole, and Hellebuck frustrated.
Kyle Connor, first shooter for the Jets on Frederick Anderson. Stop by Anderson.
Now, Jim, there's a stop up there that didn't really change anything Anderson was going to do because the stop didn't have anything laterally. You could see Anderson didn't bite on anything, just stood his ground and able to make that save.
Mitch Marner going to come in with some speed. Now he slows up. And Connor stopped him.
Alrighty, folks, second period about to get underway here in New York. Puck is dropped. Here we go. 1-1 through 1 here in Game 5. Bob?
I like the way both teams are playing. This is a very tight game. Obviously, New York trying to end Toronto's series, and here comes Nylander.
Nice save there by Shesterkin. Great work, Bob. Here's Matthews now on the puck. Holds, drives, backhand save. Austin has the puck. Back to Riley. Here's Matthews with the shot. Tipped in front. Nylander couldn't bury it. Great work there by the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Just taking a look at Chris Tanev's physicality and the hard work that he does every game.
Face-off one there. Now Schneider is on the puck. Schneider hit there by Matthews, but just bumps off of him. And now a pass on to JT Miller. Feeds it across over to Vincent Trocheck. Look out. There's a big hit there on Trocheck, and now here comes Nyes. Nyes works his way in. Penetrates the zone. Nice move, Matthew Nyes! Saved by Shesterkin. Good work there by Matthews to swat that puck down. Carlo was looking over for Domi. Broken up there by Cooley. Good work there by Carlo to stand the ground at the blue line. Here's Lafreniere. Takes a hit by Nyes, but dumps the puck deep. Ekman Larson first on it, and now Tavares has the puck. Plays up over to Brandon Carlo. Finds Nyes, pumps the brakes. Matthew Nyes drops it back. Carlo's got room! Shot saved there by Shesterkin. Domi. Ekman Larson fires a wrist shot, tipped in front. Another good stop. Radish. Ekman Larson and him battle along the wall. Nyes to Carlo. Up to Domi. Domi now skates it into the zone. Nice work, Domi! And a thought, a side save there by Shesterkin. Morgan plays it back up. Here's Laba. Good hit there by Tanev again. And the puck will slide back to Morgan Riley. Feeds it across to Tavares. Michelli up to Domi now. He's had a good shift. Domi spins it on the wall. A shot. Saved there by Shesterkin. Fought aside again.
Shesterkin's been fighting the puck a little bit here in the second period. First period, everything was sticking to him. Second period, he's fighting it a bit.
Tanev fires a shot and again off the shoulder of Shesterkin. Something to keep an eye out. Here's Joshua shooting. Blocker saved by Igor. Big hit down in the corner, and a look out as Gabe Perreault gets ran over by Tanev, as that was a monster hit. It's offside at the Ranger blue line. Face-off one there. Robertson will play it up over to Connor Sheary. He delivers a nice hit. Riley will send it back over to Joshua. Plays it up onto the stick here, Nick Robertson. He's in over the blue line. Nice little pump fake stop. Tries to feed it back to Joshua. This could be a foot race. Iro sends it out in front. Great work there by Joshua to get back. Even better work by Tanev to get into the passing lane. Lorentz tries to send it in. Joshua does good work there along the wall. And now here comes Robertson for the Rangers. Here's Robertson. Back to Iron with a shot. Never got through. Enstrom tries to drive the net. Does a good job. Saved there by Joseph Wall. Up to Joshua. Leaps back the other way. Joshua to Nick Robertson. And a save by Shesterkin. 7:18 to go. 1-1 apiece. Shots are 21-6 in favor of the Maple Leafs.
You ready to try out the new Jet Speed FT?
You better not be using all the Old Spice.
You can do this. You can be the first millennial in history to book a trip on a device that is not their computer.
How?
Yeah, how? I need a big screen to feel safe. Kayak. They compare hundreds of sites. So
FT2.
Right on. Let's go.
Little quick off the mark there, Connor. No problem. Just let me tell you about the new hybrid kickball. We designed this by using your shooting data. Your combination of speed and power, so you can
Shoot from everywhere? Yeah, sounds good.
One thing I love about my husband, Marc-Andre, is how he separates hockey from family. Here at home, he's just like any other dad. Well, most of the time. When we had our daughter, Scarlett, we wanted to go to the best.
watch the puck. Watch the puck, Scarlett.
So we chose McGee. They're the baby experts. Marc-Andre, not so much.
Oh, Marc-Andre Fleury will figure that out. I'm sure he will. Now being retired from professional hockey. Face off. One there by the Rangers, down in their own zone, but Yarncroke with the fourth line shift here for the Maple Leafs gets out on the ice with Pizzetta and Easton Cowan. Here comes Cooley, 2-on-1. Great work there by McCabe on the defensive side. Yarncroke has been so good in this series, physically, and defensively. Yarncroke now has the puck. He will skate east to west. Now it's knocked away from him, and Perreault has it with Cowan pressuring him. Feeds it over to Cooley. Nice cross-ice pass. Broken up there by Pizzetta, who will feed it over to Yarncroke. It just goes over his stick. And now here come the Rangers back the other way. A shot. Steered aside there by Wall. It's a Benajad and Cowan battle. Good work from Easton Cowan. Here's a chance for Miller. Cowan line against the Miller line. Good work here for JT Miller to try to get the puck deeper into the Leaf zone. Troy Stetcher gets it over the red line. Rangers making changes. Vakamaki with a shot. Steered aside. Radish now drives to the net. Poked away by Cowan. Stetcher gets into a board battle. Lafreniere to Vakamaki. Here's a shot off the post. Just off the post. Here's Rempe now. Radish scores!
Just a poor shit for the Leafs, getting pinned in their own zone, the Cowan line, the inexperience of the playoffs. Joseph Wall tried to get a couple of saves where he could cover the puck, just couldn't.
Heartbreaking goal for the Maple Leaf fans, but a unreal goal for the New York fans. Here comes Matthews, though. Breaks the net, and the loose puck almost went to Matthew Nyes. Here comes Austin now. Here's Matthews. Works his way in. Backdoor. They score! Austin Matthews, third of the series. And the Leafs have tied it at 2.
The Rangers are looking at this for goaltender interference. Watch Matthews. It's not Matthews. He falls after the goal is in. So Rangers are not going to challenge. As it was actually Schneider who bumped Shesterkin in the net.
So there you go, Leaf injured 2-2, but wait a minute, it's a big save there by Joseph Wallace. Lafreniere almost answered right back. What is going on here? 5 seconds of the period, Wall tries to play it out. Here's another chance, Trocheck, and that will end the period. A late goal from the Maple Leafs. Ties this game at 2-2 after 2.
First period coming up, we've got Jonesy, Bonesy.
Did you want to redeem your Canadian Tire money? You've got enough for your oil change to be free.
Wait, I can pay with Canadian Tire money?
Oh, yeah. Earn and redeem Canadian Tire money for auto service. Only in Canada's Garage.
It is desperation time, and Oilers, I think, obviously have an uphill battle being down 3-1 in the series, but I think one of the biggest challenges that they're going to have is overcoming the way that the game ended last night. And so, there's always controversial goals through the course of the playoffs. As a coach, I've had my share go both ways. I remember in Nashville one year, we were in game 1 against Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh still had just a dynamic team, and went on and won the cup, beat us in the finals, and it was Philip Forsberg with an offsides, and was his foot, this was back when the rule where your foot had to still be on the ice. It wasn't just about a body part anymore, and it got counted as a goal, and then it got taken down, and it was a big goal that we lost at the time. But was his foot on the ice or wasn't it on the ice? And I'm not here to more about from a coaching standpoint about what now for Edmonton. They're going in, they need to play a desperate hockey game. I sometimes think that automatically gets built in after a loss, but this loss was tough. You saw yesterday in the Boston game, you saw Marco Sturm come out and he gave the comments about that's a really tough game for us. We didn't play well. It's not who we are. They needed more effort. I watched the game. It was just a Buffalo annihilated them. And so, they'll come out and they'll be ready to play. That desperation is built in. But, going back to it, sometimes it's better to lose a game. Because you're mad. Everybody's angry. And you want to get out there and you want to work and you want to compete. You want to show, the dog in you and bring out the guy that's going to win the battles and play fast and be physical and make a difference in the game. And so they were off. They were sleeping. Edmonton now is faced with probably a morning where they went to bed, not sure why the call went the way it went. I'm not here to argue the call. I was always told that you need to see the white line behind the red line. You need to see that separation of the white line. I didn't see it, but it looks like it's in. But it's just that I've always kind of been told that mentality. It has to be that way. But more to the point, now they're dealing with an overtime loss and somewhat of a controversial goal. I think it's hugely important for the coaches and what they do now inside the room to pick the spirits up, to turn the page, to get everybody back in a position where they feel like they're ready to compete and they're ready to get after it. It's not just the head coach for me sometimes, like the assistant coaches can get involved. It's small meetings. It's things that are going well. You're going to want to emphasize it. If things aren't going well, there's areas that I think that Edmonton could be doing a little bit better in some situations, but this is an opportunity to do that. I think they're short on time a little bit. You look at that Pittsburgh just wins a game to extend the series, but they get a couple days, not just one day, but 2 days. Sometimes it's great to have that first day where you can just get over it. Yeah, you're still upset, but you have that opportunity to kind of dismiss it, put it off to the side. Edmonton doesn't have that luxury. Things are going to happen really quick for them. So I think the coaches getting involved, the leaders in the group, and certainly they've been in these situations before. They've proven that in the past couple of years. They can do that, but turning the page really quick for me is going to be really important so that you can focus on the things that need to be focused on. Obviously,
Peter Laviolette used to coach here in New York. Currently out in the real world now, not having playoff hockey. Here come the Rangers and the Maple Leafs. Third period, game 5. We're locked in at 2 apiece. Crowd wants the Rangers to score, but here's Matthews to Nice, and he scores! Matthew Nice, his second of the series. The Leafs lead the game 3-2.
Very simple play for Toronto. Get the puck in. 2-on-1. Matthews over to Nice. Cross ice. Cross crease. And if you play NHL 26, like we do here, that's a goal almost 95% of the time. Great work there by the Toronto Maple Leafs.
3-2 is the score. And unfortunately, Bobo, your prediction of 3-2 in overtime will not be happening. Here comes William Nylander. Nice move in over the blue line. Leafs trying to extend the lead by 2 and extend the series at least by 1 game and head back to Toronto. Turnover. Morgan Rielly now in. Dropped to one knee as he got hit. Good save by Shesterkin. Nylander shooting. Glove save. Igor Shesterkin.
You're right, Colin. The Leafs have come out with some puck work that I haven't seen in the series, but they're doing really well getting pucks to the net.
Matthews with a big win over Trocheck, and Rielly fired a shot, went wide. Big hit down in the corner by Matthews. Kept in by Tanev for a moment. And the puck comes outside the blue line. Rielly will send it back down the ice for the Maple Leafs. Turned over. Here's now Nylander in. Good save. Shesterkin. Perreault. Hit there by Rielly. Nice to Tanev. Feeds it onto the stick here. John Tavares, who pumps the brakes, fires a shot. It went wide. Penalty coming to New York. Domi. Down low to Michelli. Wall to the bench. Michelli to Tanev. Across Ekman Larson. Down low. Michelli. What a save, Shesterkin. Matthews to Domi. Tanev. Good work here by the Leafs. Ekman Larson. Tanev. And that's stopped by the Rangers. As now we'll get a penalty coming to New York. As the Toronto Maple Leafs will get the first power play of game number 5.
Will Cooley to the box. Fans don't like it, nor does Cooley. Leafs are 1 for 4 in the power play in this postseason. They gotta try to click something here.
Nylander wins the draw, so the Leafs get set up. Riley to Knies. Back to Matthew Knies. Down low to Matthews. Cross to Riley. Now they get it set up the way they like it. Morgan Riley. Saved by Shesterkin. Tavares, Nylander going on the forecheck. They get the puck loose, but it looks like it's going to be Iro on the puck to get it out. And now Knies has got it. Good hit there by Matthews on Iro. Tavares gets the puck set up. Nylander in, shoots off the crossbar! Are you kidding me? Riley, Tavares across Matthews, what a save! I'm not sure if he hit the side of the net. This is great power play for the Leafs in Game 5. Tavares cut in, couldn't find a shooting angle. Now it's Knies across. Tavares off the post again! A crossbar and a post on this power play for the Leafs. As Rempe didn't like that hit from Riley on Trocheck, so now we'll get a stoppage in play. Berube doesn't like the fact that they've taken both as Rempe dropped his gloves. Morgan Riley didn't drop his gloves, so let's see what the call is here. Riley is going to get a penalty, and he's going to get 2 for roughing, and so is Rempe. So 4-on-3 now. As the Rangers looking for an explanation. Face-off down in the Toronto zone. Power play here for the Maple Leafs, so it looks like they're going to go 5-on-4 still. Face-off won there by the Rangers, a quick shot off the draw. So 41 seconds left of this power play for the Leafs against New York. And now their second line comes out. Michelli down to Robertson. Couldn't bury it, but they get a face-off down in the Ranger zone. Nylander with a glorious chance to put the Leafs up by 2. Hit the crossbar. Then Tavares on the post. Good work by the Leafs. Another face-off win by Toronto. Ekman Larson. Puck just went outside the blue line. Stetcher is there. Kicks it back. Good work there by Schneider to get the puck a little bit deeper for the Rangers. 14 seconds left on this Leaf power play. Michelli back to Ekman Larson. Fires! Good save there. Robertson takes a hit from behind. That's going to be a penalty. 5-on-3 for 3 seconds, and the Leafs get another power play.
Another explanation for the Rangers bench staff. Braden Schneider. I mean, this is a cross-check. It's far from the boards. That's a penalty every day.
They're being very stingy with the cross-checks as 3 Rangers in the box now, as the Leafs will head to a 5-on-3 for just 3 seconds. The second unit will stay on, and I'm assuming that the Matthews group will head out here shortly. Here's Brandon Carlo, tipped in front there by Domi, but it didn't prevail to anything. Will Cooley hit there by Carlo. Puck is in some feet. Zibanejad with a shot, saved by Wall, and now they'll get the restart that they were hoping for. Michelli as the Leafs change. Ekman Larson onto the stick of Tavares. The big boys hop out on the ice. Johnny T. Ekman Larson. Down low, Nylander over skate of the puck. Morgan is up to Cooley. Good work there by Matthews. Tavares knocked away from him by Morgan. And then Tavares hit him. Cooley will get the puck out to Miller. Now he's in. JT Miller, shorthanded, is so good out in front. Good play there by Matthews to come back. 55 seconds to go. Rangers kill off one. Can the Leafs get one here in the second power play of the game? Tavares to Nylander. Across to McCabe. It got broken up there by Lafreniere. Plays it over to Radish. He's behind McCabe. Across. And it was Trocheck who couldn't get a stick of wood on it. Here's Domi now. 23 seconds to go on the power play. Max Domi! Broken up. Here's Ekman-Larsson now. Blocked. Iro to Radish. Good work there by the Rangers. Here's Lafreniere short-handed. Stopped there by Wall. Power play will expire. A much better penalty kill for the Rangers, as it was mostly in the Toronto zone. Ekman-Larsson to Vakamaki. Good tip shot, but Ekman-Larsson is there, and now a lead feed pass to Michelli. He's in over the blue line. Michelli, Ekman-Larsson fires. Another penalty coming to the Rangers, as the Toronto Maple Leafs will head to the power play again, as the Rangers are in some penalty trouble here in the third period.
Well, the Rangers don't like the call, but I'm sorry. It's a high stick right to the back of the head of Michelli, and it looks like Craig Berube doing the smart play here, and I like this play by Berube. He calls the timeout. You're over 2 in the power play. This is an opportunity to get a 2-goal lead. I really like that timeout by Berube.
And the big boys are out on the ice. Nice to Riley. Holds the puck. Back to Nice. Trying to get some movement. Morgan Riley. 2 birds coming out. Nice. Plays pitching catch with Riley again. Back to Nice. Across to Tavares. This time broken up by the Rangers.
Too much passing. Need a shot.
Here's Nylander. 3-on-1. Nylander. Matthews shoots. Saved there by Shesterkin. Nylander. Nice. And a glove save by Igor Shesterkin again.
Igor Shesterkin's been the best penalty killer for the Rangers, but he's been the best player on the ice for New York in this third period. Multiple shots. Yes, he got beat twice, but the posts were there to help him out. Great work by the Leafs to get pucks on net, but Igor Shesterkin's been great, eh?
Shots are 31-16 in favor of Toronto. Big boys stay out on the ice, but the Rangers win the draw. Good work there by New York. Morgan turned over there by Matthews. Nylander's got possession of the puck now for Toronto. Holds, waits, drops it back to Austin. Comes off the wall, and a save there by Shesterkin through some traffic.
It was the second unit that was about to hop over the boards, but Berube said no. Keep the first unit on there. They're cooking right now, trying to get something.
Nylander with another win. Here's Riley shot. Rebound, and the puck just went outside to the boards. Is now Schneider hit into the Rangers bench, and here comes JT. Drops it back to Riley. Tavares. Here's Riley shots. Blocked. Matthews gets the puck back to JT. Down low to Nice. Up top Tavares. Across Matthews. This one blocked. Riley. 25 seconds to go. Riley. Down low to Matthews. Up top to Tavares. Trying to feed it back to Riley, and that gets blocked by the Rangers. Good hit there by JT again. Puck can't get into the Rangers zone, and that will prevail into nothing. So the Leafs continue that poor power play, but they have possession down in the Rangers zone. They lead the game 3-2. 6:29 to go. Here's a lead feed pass. Zibanejad in to Trocheck. Stopped by Wall, and another great save. Joseph Wall comes up big for the Leafs after a power play that was unsuccessful. Here's Robertson now in. Button hook. Holds. Fires. It doesn't go anywhere. Lead feed pass to Cooley. Will Cooley across to Trocheck. Saved there by Wall. Nice to see Trocheck back out on the ice after that massive hit from Morgan Riley. Here's Joshua now in. Makes a great move over the blue line, but he Can't get in through the slot. Turned over. Joshua, a little chip in for the Leafs, and that's all they really need right now. Clock is enemy number 1 in favor of the Rangers. Big hit there on Radish. And Tanev will do the same thing and just get the puck deep. Tanev and Domi go in on the forecheck. Rempe now on it. Fans starting to get antsy here in New York with 2 minutes to go. Rempe on the forecheck. Ekman Larson is there for the Maple Leafs. To Tavares over the red line and deep for Toronto. Iro, good hit there by Domi. On the forecheck, he's in. Saved there by Shesterkin. Domi trying to get his own rebound.
Really good forecheck by the Leafs. Love this trap-up play by Toronto.
Nylander has the puck. 45 seconds to go. Final minute play. Brought to you by Spotify. By TELUS. Let's make the future friendly. Laba. There goes Shesterkin to the net. Zibanejad down low. Saved by Wall. Carlo plays it up over to Nylander. Gets a big hit there by Rempe. Rempe to Cowan. To Yarncroke. Empty net. Just missed. Fourth line out there for Berube to try to end this hockey game. Lafreniere to Fox. Across the Lafreniere shot. Glove save Wall. Sends it in the corner. 3 seconds and the Leafs are going to stay alive. As this series heads back to Toronto for Game 6 as the Leafs stay alive in the series. What a hockey game! Here in in New York, as the Maple Leafs win a nail-biter, 3-2. The power play was horrendous all series long. It was clicking today, just nothing to show for it, except for a crossbar that's dented and a post. The Maple Leafs, Austin Matthews, William Nylander come up big. It was Matthew Nyes with the game winner.